second-year Weblos tonight are no longer going to be Weblos, and they will be Boy Scouts. Now, whether or not they choose to proceed down the Boy Scout route is ultimately will be up to them and their parents, but for the purposes of this evening, we will be presenting them with sashes and slides for their Boy Scout troop. And so, I can say a little bit briefly that, I happen to be lucky enough to be the Cub Master for the 4 Scouts who are crossing over tonight for the Den Leader for the last 3 years. And they are all very fine young men, and they will make fine Scouts. They've worked very hard to get to this point. Scouts is mostly fun, but not always. And when it's not, I can tell you in no uncertain terms that they let me know that. And so the way tonight will work is we're going to have the second-year Weblos will line up on this side of the bridge, and they will have their parents come up with them. And when they're ready to cross over, Boy Scout Troop 90 is going to take over. And what Boy Scout Troop 90 is going to do is they have built the bridge. I believe it was built as an Eagle project. Was it? No, it wasn't. Okay, it was just built. And they will be building the bridge, and the bridge contains the lessons of the Scout Law or Oath.
Oath and Law.
Oath and Law. And so again, the 4 Scouts who are crossing over this evening are Leif Thompson, George Newberg, Jack Farmer, and my son Luke Hanno. And so if the Weblos would come up here, please, and line up. You want parents up with them or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
You're saying, yeah.
And so again, these 4 young men, why don't you turn and look out at everybody here, guys? These 4 young men are, again, it's a big step for these young men. They're going from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts, and there's a lot of, things waiting for them if they so choose to pursue that. And so at this point, I'll turn it over to Troop 90 and Eric, and they will take it from here.
All right.
So hello everybody, my name is Eric Amon. I'm the Scoutmaster at Troop 90, and I have here with me today several Scouts and Assistant Scoutmasters from Troop 90, and they all were sitting where you are sitting right now at one point in time. They are all alums from PAC 90. Scouts all went through the same Weblos program and crossed over just like you guys are going to do today. So we're happy to come by and run this ceremony here for you today and welcome these 4 young men into the world of Boy Scouting, where lots of different kind of adventure and stuff awaits. So with that, we're going to start the ceremony, and we'll ask that the parents of each of the Weblo crossovers come and stand behind them as kind of a gesture of your support during the scouting process. Why don't you guys space out a little bit, face the audience. Great. Okay, so tonight we stand at a crossroad, the end of one journey that leads to the beginning of another. The Weblos Scouts have come to the end of Cub Scouting Trail, and they will now start down the trail of Boy Scouting, the trail of the Eagle Scout. To symbolize this transition, they will cross the bridge from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts. Before you are the ends of the bridge that represent Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. There is a gap that separates them. This gap must be filled in with the recognition and knowledge of what this Boy Scout program is that they are about to begin.
As a Cub Scout, you learned and recited the Cub Scout promise. The Boy Scout promise is similar, but is different in several ways. A Boy Scout takes his pledge with the Scout sign, and he holds up 3 fingers instead of 2. When a Scout raises his hand in the Scout sign, his 3 fingers stand for the duty he promises to uphold in the Scout Oath. Tonight, we will bridge the gap between Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts with those 3 duties. Let's listen to the Boy Scout Oath for what those duties are and what they mean.
On my honor, I will do my best.
By giving your word, you are promising to be guided by the ideals of the Scout Oath.
to do my duty to God.
Family and religious leaders teach you about God and the ways you can serve. You do your duty to God by following the wisdoms of those teachings every day and by respecting and defending the rights of others to practice their own beliefs.
And my country.
Help keep the United States a strong and fair nation by learning about our system of government and your responsibilities as a citizen and future voter. When you work to improve your community at your home, you are serving your country. Natural resources are another very important part of America's heritage, worthy of your efforts to understand, protect, and use wisely.
And to obey the Scout Law.
12 points of Scout Law are guidelines that can lead you towards wise choices. When you obey the Scout Law, other people respect you for the way you live, and you will respect yourself.
To help other people at all times.
Boy Scouts are expected to put service of others before themselves to help those less fortunate and in need in their communities. In the same way, a Boy Scout is old enough to know that a cheery smile and a helping hand make life easier for others.
To keep myself physically strong.
Take care of your body so it will serve you well for an entire lifetime. That means eating nutritious foods, getting enough sleep, and exercising regularly build your strength and endurance. It also means avoiding anything that can harm your health.
Mentally awake.
Develop your mind in the classroom and outside of school. Be curious about everything around you and work hard to make the most of your abilities.
And morally straight.
To be a person of strong character, your relationships with others should be honest and open. Be clean in your speech and actions, and remain faithful in your religious beliefs.
These are the 3 promises contained within the Scout Code. Every time a Scout raises his hand in the Scout sign, he's reminded of the 3 promises to which he is committing himself. Duty to God and country, duty to other people, and duty to self. The gap is now closed, but it would be very hard to cross. We need to add something with substance that will give the boys something on which to stand. For this, we have the virtues that every Boy Scout agrees to strive towards each day and remember when he recites the Scout Law.
A Scout is trustworthy. A Scout tells the truth, he is honest, and he keeps his promises. People can depend on him.
A Scout is loyal. A Scout is true to his family, friends, Scout leaders, school, and nation.
A Scout is helpful. A Scout cares about other people. He willingly volunteers to help others without expecting payment or reward.
A Scout is friendly. A Scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other Scouts. He offers his friendship to people of all races and nations, and respects them even in their beliefs, customs are different from his own.
Scout is courteous. A Scout is polite to everyone regardless of age or position. He knows that using good manners makes it easier for people to get along.
A Scout is kind. A Scout knows there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated. Without good reason, he does not harm or kill any living thing.
A Scout is obedient. A Scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country. If he thinks these rules and laws are unfair, he tries to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobeying them.
A Scout is cheerful. A Scout looks for the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way. He tries to make others happy.
A Scout is thrifty. A Scout works to pay his own way and to help others. He saves for the future. He protects and conserves natural resources. He carefully uses time and property.
Scout is brave. A Scout can face danger although he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him.
A scout is clean. A scout keeps his body and mind fit and clean. He chooses the company of those who live by high standards. He helps keep his home and community clean.
A scout is reverent. A scout is reverent toward God. He is faithful in his religious duties and respects the beliefs of others.
Our bridge is now complete. Using the Scout oath and law, we have built a link between Cub Scouting and Boy Scouting. At this time, as the Weblos Scouts are lined up on the Cub Scout side of the bridge, I would ask that the parents stand alongside him when he crosses over.
Troop 90 invites Weblos Scouts and their parents to join us on the Boy Scout side of Scouting by crossing over this symbolic bridge. As your name is read, please walk over the bridge, and parents, please walk around to the Boy Scout side. Jackson Farmer. Just a reminder, everybody, we shake with our left hand in Boy Scouts. Luke Hanno. George Newberg. Leif Thompson. Scouts, please raise your right hand with the Boy Scout sign, which is 3 fingers, and join me in reciting the Boy Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to guard my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, and to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. This concludes the ceremony. Please join me in congratulating the newest Boy Scouts of Troop 90. That's all that's on our screen.